Guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Illusions of Itehari. About to start our new route, which is Suyakusa's route today. Are you excited? Okay, we gotta start a new game. And we're gonna, yes. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted to, no, cancel, cancel. Haven't we done this before? I mean, there's no choices in the prologue, so like, I thought, like, did we not make a common route save file where we, like, I guess not. Maybe we did. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Oh, go back. Which one? How do I get to the guide on this? No, not that one. No. Where the hell is my... God, I can't. Okay. This is where it started. All right. So this is different. It opens up differently. Oh, well, that's true. There is a different common route for... Isn't that what they said? Okay, that's why we have to start a new game. Right. I just wanted to make sure if that's it. 2 common routes let you spend time with Aoyuki Yori and Tobari and Suyakusa. Okay, but that's interesting because... And then Yashiro's common route. But I guess they must... But that's interesting. Well, okay, because Suyakusa's only unlocks. So this scene only unlocks after you do Tobari and... Okay, that makes sense. Anyway. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be this. How big is Toei? Bigger than Itehari? Of course. Doesn't even come close. There are so many things on the surface that aren't in Itehari. I'm assuming this is us and Suyakusa, but whatever. Like what? Like dirt, grass, rivers, oceans. There's dirt, grass. There's not really a river or an ocean here, but... I heard if you travel for days across the water on a boat, you can even reach other countries where different people live. Really? Wow. You know everything. That was me. I'm pretty fucking sure. Okay. Now wait. See, that's long enough to be Suyakusa. I don't know why we're hiding that from us. You know what I mean? Because the only other person would be Hiragi. Right? Because Hiragi and Suyakusa look way too fucking much alike for them not to be... You know, and again, we saw that in Naoyuki's route where Ugetsu thought Suyakusa was... You know what I mean? Anyway, but that's too long, so it's probably us talking to Suyakusa, so I'm not really sure why they're hiding that from us. They're going to come back and be like, this was like your memory, and you're like, fucking duh? Huh. I want to visit a city on the surface. Other countries, too. And I mean, this is very much sounds like us. I don't think it's possible. It's not easy to get out of Itehari after all. Still, I want to try and go. Sounds like it'd be rough. If you stay here, you could be happy forever. Still, I don't really know why. Unless it's some other random person, but I want to see things I've never seen before and learn about things I don't know about. Fair. Learning things is usually what happens. You learn the things you don't know about. That's learning. You know, because you can't really learn things you already know. That wouldn't be learning, would it? You learned those at one time. You see what? I'm not drunk enough for this. But I guess I can understand how you might want to see things you haven't before. Really? Yeah, I've never left this place before. That's why someday... I began to wake up from the light coming in through the window. I stretched as I sat up. I feel like I was dreaming of something odd. See? Oh, God, because she's dreaming of a memory. So again, them blurring out, and it makes no sense. It obvious, no, whatever. And somewhat nostalgic. So, I mean, like, you had to know, again, I don't think they're hiding that it's her, like dreaming about herself or remembering something. You know what I mean? That the little girl is supposed to be us because it's very much, I want to go to the surface and I want to see things and learn new things. Yeah, okay, very much her. I don't know why they blocked out the name. She's gonna like be like, oh wow, like as if we don't know that we knew Suyakusa as a child because we've known that the whole time we've been playing this game. It's not a secret. It's not like one of those typical routes where like you meet someone and then you're like, "Oh my God, you mean we knew each other as kids and I just forgot?" Like she knows that they knew each other, you know? Unless it is somebody else, but I mean, it's Suyakusa's route, so. Yeah. But as my mind became fully aware, my memories of the dream began to fade away. I feel like it was about something important, but I can't remember exactly. Prologue. Oh, we're still in the prologue. Interesting. The cogs begin to turn. Okay. That was a very interesting fact that like I figured we were in chapter 1, but the prologue had a different thing inside of it. But anyway, oh hi. Hello. Did we ever meet Narukami before? I don't remember running into him before. Did we? I don't remember, but thank you for pausing on this. I mean, we had to have. Because. Oh. I guess we did, because we were skipping the. Well, that's interesting. Narukami and I had known each other for around a decade. Now, are you going to say that maybe he's the kid that you knew? That could make sense because I don't remember meeting him in the original prologue. But now that we're stopping and now this is different, interesting. So, oh, are you going to be the bad guy in Suyakusa's round? Because, like, that's kind of disappointing. Why they got to make everyone so hot? I hate this game. I don't. I really don't. I mean, I feel like we've had other games that are probably better. Not gonna lie. It's not gonna be like, I don't think we're gonna get to the end and be like, best game ever. But the characters are so hot, it kind of makes up for anytime the plot's like, the fuck is happening here? Or why would you do that? You know? So I love this game for the fact that the characters, even the side characters, are all so motherfucking hot. But they're always bad guys. Until you get to Yori's round, then you're dating the bad guy, and then that's different, but still. Anyway, it'll be the Lantern Festival soon. Are you making preparations as well, Narukami? Any special plans? I forgot this man existed. I am, but nothing particularly special. Of greater importance is the storm that follows the festival. The storm? You mean from the folk tales? It was back when Itehari was still on the surface. Every year after the Autumn Harvest Festival, a storm would cause tremendous damage, claiming many victims' lives. Is that what we're doing? You're going to cause a storm? Don't, hottie. Seriously, just hold your body up against me. It'll be okay. We can weather any storm. I know he's not our boyfriend, but it doesn't matter. Can we make him ours? Jesus. Everyone was familiar with that part of our history. Now the city of Itehari floated in the sky, high above any storms. Well, that's boring. There are also more people who become ill after the Lantern Festival. I think it's because the weather suddenly gets colder. We'll have to brace ourselves for that, too. You'd think being up here... Well, I mean... Then, may we both be well. Yeah. Bye, hotness. Come back. Oh. Okay, but that obviously... Oh, okay. See, I really don't remember meeting him, and then this is the first time we meet Yashiro. And I don't remember running into Narukami in the prologue. But we obviously did, because if we hadn't, it would have stopped before we met him, and then we already had a couple lines, so we've clearly already met him before, but... Interesting. Put him back where you found him! That's a great line. Oh. I forgot about that, but I love it. Oh, Aoyuki. I'm sorry, sweetie, but, like, you're gonna have to accept the strays in the man harem. And we go to the Ryue. Oops, sorry. I didn't realize it doesn't stop skipping. And then, okay, I'll scroll up to, okay, chapter 2 is, and then we get to Suyukusa's after that. Okay. Hey, Suyukusa! Hi, adorably sad-looking little boyfriend. Narukami's really hot, though, so, like, of course, gotta have a character in the background of your route that I just want to lick. Whatever. To be fair, I mean, what sort of machinery? Hold on. What sort of machinery do you mean?
Like the impressive automata that play instruments. Suyakusa explained in detail how each gear worked, but I couldn't manage to understand a thing or follow him at all. At the very least, I can say I'm probably not an arcanist.
They're essentially toys meant to make banquets more fun. I got a request from the entertainment district to fix one. Apparently there were automata. I don't know why my brain does not want to read that. That could do even more in the past, like being able to understand and speak with humans. Really? The stories could just be exaggerations. That technology in the actual automata. I don't know why my brain doesn't want to be automata. Like, I cannot fucking, I can't. I want to start saying 10 other words. Anyway, automata themselves aren't around anymore. The greatest relic from those times is the city itself. It was common for Toei to use coil-powered machinery made of wood and whale baleen. But after being influenced by steam-powered technology from other countries, Itehari came to change out those parts and use metal cogs in most of its machinery. When it came to the topic of machinery, Suyakusa became far more talkative. Yashiro looked at him seriously as he asked a question.
Are you sure there aren't any machines left from the past? Maybe the great Taiju has a few hidden away some...
No way. I wish. If there were any still around, I'd want to take them apart and see how they worked. Doing it properly can lead to some pretty incredible technological advancements. Not that there are any around. And now we're here, doing whatever.
Really?
Really what? I don't know. Yeah, it's really easy to just tie a note to their leg and send them off wherever. Okay, so we're talking about carrier pigeons? Interesting that there was just that one line in there. Anyway, get Suyakusa's opinion. Obviously, we're going to choose the opposites here because we want Suyakusa's route, and this is all we get before we get to his route. What do you think, Suyakusa? Well, there's no way you're going out alone, but joining us should be fine. Of course I'd rather join you guys. Spacey. Aoyuki spoke my name in a scolding tone, and Suyakusa spoke up. Spacey's just come of age and is in the middle of taking over as head of house, right? I bet everyone's watching to see how she does, and I think taking the initiative for tasks like these would give people a good impression of her. It's a good opportunity for the new family head to show her concern for the general populace. Yes, I agree! What he said! Aoyuki's like, son of a bitch. It appeared that Aoyuki found it difficult to argue against Suyakusa's sound reasoning. Now that Hankatsudo was empty again, I sat... Oh, I'm assuming we're... Oh, because we're switching. So we're... Okay, we're Suyakusa, sorry. Now that Hankatsudo was empty again, I sat fiddling with some machines.
You seem much closer than that to me. You two have a special relationship of some kind. I see. So you're like childhood friends.
Stab him in the heart, why don't ya? You could call us childhood friends. It wouldn't even be wrong to say it's special. At the very least, for me, it was special enough to change my entire world. That was why I honestly felt anxious. Your entire world because you grew up and you could have been the great Taiju? I'm just saying! You're trying to tell me him and Haragi are fucking related? They're identical.
about what Spacey thought of Yashiro, a guy who just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. These past few years, I've always wanted to get closer to her, but I don't think Spacey really has me on her mind much. If I could just live my life beside her, if I could just support her somehow, that was all I wanted. I don't want her taken away from me. Guess I can't help but panic when the threat's right in front of me.
Poor Suyakusa. We brought home a stray, and you're like, son of a bitch. I already had to worry about fucking Aoyuki. And then all of a sudden we're like, hey, have you met Tobari? And he's like, damn it! It's another fucking stray! And then there's Yuri, and everybody hates Yuri. Oh, God. This poor man.
This is so dumb.
No, sweetie, it's understandable. I brought home 2 strays and a douchebag, and you thought you'd only have to deal with Aoyuki. Alright, fire. There we go. There we go. That was... See... We missed that sexy Tobari CG the first time we played through this because he's not in Aoyuki's route. I'm thinking it's... Yeah, okay, it's what do you all think? Alright. What do you all think? I still wasn't sure what to believe, but it seemed I was the only one who was surprised. Yashiro and Aoyuki calmly accepted the possibility and even discussed it further. I don't know what we're discussing, but whatever.
I've been thinking from the start that it's likely arson, but I can't imagine their motive.
Oh, okay, we haven't figured out. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Itehari's a peaceful city with no crime. Those who aren't suitable to be here are spirited away by the great taiju. But I've been hearing lately how it hasn't been happening quickly enough. Really? Yes. The spiriting away is only a deterrent. I'm sure there exist those who would commit crimes if they could somehow avoid punishment. Suyakusa closed his eyes and let out a deep sigh. I could see the pain clearly on his face.
To be honest, I didn't want you to have to hear anything like this. It's not the kind of stuff that nobles need to know about in order to live a normal life.
I understood that Suyakusa said so out of concern for me. However, I think I do need to hear about things like this. I may not be able to handle everything on my own yet, but I am the head of my house.
Yeah, you are. I figured you'd say that.
Suyakusa gave a somewhat sad smile as he spread something out across a desk. Somewhat sad smile as he spread something. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of S's. And then here's a map, and then we're pointing out the fires. Aoyuki, you mentioned before that the spiriting away wasn't happening quickly enough.
Yes. Don't you agree that an anti-taiju organization would be dealt with first?
If they're allowed to go unpunished, the deterrent might as well not exist.
Poor Tobari. Are we gonna go hunt down and find Tobari?
If Spacey's going, then I'm going too.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but only until it's time for the nightly patrols.
Apparently, it was Hunketsudo's turn again to perform the night patrol, as other people seemed to still be busy. I felt guilty about having him accompany me when he was already busy, but it was really reassuring to have Suyakusa join us, and I was happy to be able to go outside with him at all. Are we gonna, like, not even run into Tobari, or, like...
He's repulsive. If he can't follow the rules, he's just trash.
What are we talking about now? Oh, okay. This is the guy that's harassing a courtesan or whatever. Okay. I'll go in. Just as I was about to step forward to stop the man, Suyakusa grabbed my shoulder.
There's no need for you to go. The entertainment district has its own way of managing things. There are those here who have the authority to stop any guests who cause problems.
And then here's Tobari.
Well, you gotta be careful who you act tough with. The customers here know better than to piss him off.
And then there he is, sexy, sexy Tobari. We walked around for a while after that, but didn't make any fruitful discoveries. After Suyakusa mentioned it was about time for the night patrol to start, we ended our search for the day. Just as we returned to the archway, Suyakusa spoke to me in a whisper that only I could hear.
What's wrong, Spacey? Did you notice something about that guy?
Huh?
I'm talking about Tobari. Ever since you saw him, you've been acting kind of weird. Your face is frozen solid.
I paused for a moment, but I felt this was something I couldn't hide. I decided to tell him honestly. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that person's the one I saw at the fire.
Ah, I see. I think he can be problematic to deal with, but you're still thinking of coming to see him again, aren't you?
Yes.
All right then, tomorrow at noon. Let's meet at my place, okay?
You'll come with me?
Yeah, I'm sure you won't be able to leave things as they are, so I'd rather go with you than have you go alone.
Thank you, Suyakusa. I knew that Suyakusa tended to worry about me. He probably would rather put an end to all this instead, but I was happy he thought it through and decided to respect my decision. The next day, I had promised to meet with Suyakusa at Hongetsudo and go back to the entertainment district with him. It seemed like Yashiro was busy with a job. Aoyuki had a lot of work to do at home as well. I gave him a toothbrush and told him to scrub the floors. There was still some time before I had to meet with Suyakusa. I decided to head over to the 4th Division. I hoped to hear more about the fire, but as soon as I arrived, I saw that Kurozuru was about to enter the house in question. I should probably come back later. I slowed to a stop, which seemed to attract the notice of a Kurozuru officer. Oh, hey, hotness. Is this your house? No, it isn't. Are you from this neighborhood or another division? Like, we don't know Yuri yet? I thought we always knew Yuri, but... Is he interrogating me as a suspect? I don't have anything to hide. I'm Spacey of the Eastern Fifth. I happened to witness the fire that broke out the day before yesterday. I see. So you're the one everyone's talking about. Oh, I'm sorry for not introducing myself. Nice to meet you, Miss Spacey. I'm Yuri of the Western Second, First Lieutenant. The Western Second? I've heard that a young noblewoman from another family was present during the fire. Determining her identity would have been a pain in the... would have been such involved work that I'm glad you came. Is that what he thinks of his job? Would you mind chatting with me for a moment? If you prefer to have a seat, I can treat you to some tea. Here would be fine, though I'm afraid I don't have much time since I have a prior engagement. And then I'll keep this quick. If you hide nothing from me and just answer everything promptly, this'll be over right away. Lord Yuri asked me several simple questions, including why I was there that night. And finally... Did you notice anyone suspicious? I hesitated about whether I should tell him the truth, then asked him a question of my own. I'd be like, let me think. Should I tell him about... He's like, you're thinking, because you're like, did you notice anyone... Nope. You can't answer quick. You're like, because you, like... If you were being, if anyone was asking, you'd be like, let me think about the people I saw. I don't think so. Because, like, you know what? You might notice someone suspicious, but you're too busy thinking about the fire. But when you step back and you think about it, then you're like, there was that guy loitering in the corner, twirling his mustache and giggling gleefully. That might have been suspicious at the time, but you know what I mean? Like, it was obviously Tobaru, but we're not going to say that. Your question suggests that the Kurozuru believes someone set the fire intentionally. Is that the case? Oh, you think it was set intentionally, milady? How dreadful. I didn't think you'd have such a barbaric imagination. I'm like, you're the one that said that. Despite his smile, his rudeness was evident. You seem to be a bundle of curiosity, but I must ask that you do not do anything unnecessary. This matter is to be handled by the Kurozuru. We wouldn't want the investigation to be interfered with. Lord Yuri might have guessed that I came here to ask around about that night. Thank you for answering my questions. You're free to go. You have a prior engagement, don't you? Yes, if you'll excuse me. I gave a deep bow, then turned my back to Lord Yuri and hurried away to the 6th Division. But, I mean, it's like, oh, what are you doing here? It's like, because I was here the night of the fire and like, hi, I'm a human being and most of us like train wrecks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a curiosity aspect You know what I mean? Like, some things you're like, curiosity does not extend that far. But if you were there and witnessing the fire, like, I can understand her being like, I want to walk by and, like, check it out again. Like, just walk by the building again. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really be like, oh my God, no one would do that. Yes, people would do that. You know what I mean? Like, so her, like, walking by isn't really suspicious. Just as Hunkatsudo came into sight, I saw him exiting the building. Suyakusa! I felt a wave of relief at his familiar face. I figured you'd be getting here around now. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's go. We set off toward the entertainment district to find Tobari, in order to learn from him exactly what happened that night. I'm going to assume most of this is going to be different now, but... Oh, now, yep, because we're now in Suyakusa's The Unfriendly Arcanist. Interesting. We are now in Suyakusa's route, so all new shit. We then made our way to the entertainment district. See, because, like, in Aoyuki's route, Tobari was kind of our friend and was kind of, like, poking around and, like, staying around. Like, we knew what he was doing, whatever. And then now here, we haven't really even met Tobari, so interesting. Okay, well, Tobari jumped down in front of us in Aoyuki's route. But to be fair, did we... Was that in the middle of Aoyuki's route? It might have been, not necessarily in his common route. Brothel tout. What's a tout? Like, it's... Anyway. Nah, I haven't seen him today. I have no idea. He's a restless man, always bustling about. Would you happen to have an appointment with him, or... We inquired with some people we encountered on the street about where we might find Tobari. Oh, no, it's not like that, but I have something I wanted to talk to him about. Sorry, I've been holding back that yawn for a while. Is there any way I can meet with him? The quickest way would be to go through an acquaintance, but that'd be tough for a first-time customer like yourself. Perhaps they thought we were a nuisance. They bowed their heads apologetically and quickly moved away, giving the impression they didn't want to be involved any further. You know, it's a shame that we don't get to be Suzune's bestie, like, unless we're in Tobari's route. Like, I feel like Suzune should just be our friend regardless. I didn't think it was going to be possible to find Tobari just by walking around aimlessly, but it hadn't crossed my mind the people of the entertainment district were going to be so difficult to approach. It's no use. What? I don't think we'll be able to find Tobari. Rather than asking around for him, it's probably going to be faster to come across him by chance. Is that where the unfriendly arcanist comes in? Or are you going to start, like, beating people up and acting like an ass hoping Tobari pops up? He frowned as he rubbed the back of his neck. See, the entertainment district's a small, closed-off area. It must be a pretty tight-knit community. We can't expect them to be open about the kind of information to outsiders. We can't expect them to be open about that kind of information from outsiders. I can't read. Still, I didn't think it'd be this bad. Maybe they were especially tight-lipped when it comes to their delegate. Suyakusa's expression was already showing signs of fatigue. It seems like they fear him. They trust him. I feel like they trust him. We know Tobari. Well, I mean, okay. If we didn't know, it'd be like they're afraid of him. But no, I mean, like, we know Tobari and we know that, like, they trust him. So, yeah. The people here trust him, don't they? Trust him? Yeah, if they didn't think highly of him, they might have carelessly let some information slip. Well, that's a positive way of interpreting their behavior. Still, I can't say it's impossible. That way of seeing things is very much like you. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Really? Yeah, it's something I like about you. He nodded, smiling softly. As I looked into his eyes, filled with kindness, feeling a sense of nostalgia, I hesitated, unsure how to properly respond. Well, considering there's a chance Tobari is connected to that fire, we're gonna have to be very careful moving forward. At this rate, continuing to ask around isn't likely to bring us any new leads. Shouldn't we try something else? I want to ask a few more people, though. I didn't think it was going to be that easy to gather information, but not asking would get us nothing at all. I did not mean to keep yawning in your ear. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm tired, definitely, but, like, also for some reason, like, reading is making me exhausted right now. Like, that's weird. But, like, I can't stop yawning. I'm, like, reading and then I yawn. Like, Jesus, what is happening? I am struggling so bad because, like, I'm talking and then, like, my ears will pop. And it's so weird. Because then I can't hear myself speak properly. Because my ears are, like, you know what I mean? You know, like, I don't know, like, when you're trying to yawn or trying to stifle a yawn, like, now? Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Is there a gas leak in here? Jesus. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're sleeping? You better be sleeping and not dead. Okay, you're gonna bite me. Okay, I don't know. I don't know either. I'm just so fucking tired. We had carbon monoxide sensors, so if it was that, we'd know. But, like, good fucking God. I know, right? I was very tired too. Okay, you know what? Okay, let's go get the bird a break. Let's get ourselves a break. I need to get up and run around. What's happening? I'm seriously, I know, buddy. Me too. Okay, and also, oh, good God. I'm tired and my hip hurts like a motherfucker, so it's extremely hard to get up. And now I'm staticky because I had a blanket on because it's cold as shit up here. Okie dokie, hold on. Oh, I'm gonna yawn like 6 more times. I am so sorry. Oh my God. Good boy. Thank you. I know. It doesn't help either when I yawn, my eyes water, so, like, then I can't really fucking read. I don't know. Okay, like, I thought I slept pretty good last night because I had, like, crazy ass fucking dreams. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm, like, dead asleep in a dreamland and I'm like, yeah, I can remember having crazy ass fucking dreams, then, like, I know I damn well slept, but, like, holy fucking shit, I'm exhausted. And I don't know what it is. It's probably because, like, the last, like, 2 hours, I was just, like, sitting as comfortably as I could on my couch, barely moving, because my hip hurts like a motherfucker, and just, like, completely zoning out. So now my brain's like, we were sleeping mentally. I should have taken a nap. Technically, I did work today, but you know what? If I'm taking a nap on my couch and no one's bugging me, fuck it, I don't care. Anyway. Suyakusa, it's okay for you to head back. I'm very grateful that you came with me this far. Huh? What do you mean? If you're staying, then I'm staying too. But you're busy with all your work at the shop, aren't you? Well, you have a point, but... The expression on Suyakusa's face changed, and as he stopped talking, he sadly crouched right where he was standing. Is he just, like, refusing to leave? Like... Oh, look at his little face. It's so cute. It's our first CG of him. Well, I mean, I think we had the intro CG, but this is our first in his route. But I like how we're like, you can leave, and he's just like popping a squat here, like, no, I'm gonna stay here. Suyakusa? It's so funny in the middle of the fucking street. Boy, what are you doing? Bird, what are you doing? No, I know. You do this all the time. Those are just shadows of the nails. Yeah, it's not a bug. It's not a bug. It's not a bug. Okay, you're too active now. Go back to bed. I just remembered all the work I have to do. I've been asked to take on another job, but I haven't decided if I will or not. Then you should hurry back. Nope, I'm staying. Huh? You shouldn't. Look, either way, it's just some tedious work. Interesting mechanical jobs don't come around all that often. Suyakusa seemed to sulk a bit. He looks like he's sulking right now. It's so funny. He pouted as he mumbled some words. Spacey, being with you is much more fun for me. But you've made commitments, right? If so, I can't. Too tired. I get that. Too tired. You know how much of a hermit I am, and since I've spent all this time outside, I think today's been productive enough. Can't you give me some credit for that? You've done great Suyakusa. I'm really grateful you came with me today. Now come on, stand up. Your clothes will get dirty. What family requested your help? If they're nearby, I can come with you. Okay. I like how he literally he's putting his hand out for us to pull him up. What the fuck? I love how he's literally like, fuck, I got so much work to do and I don't want to just like throwing a little like man tantrum. What the ah! This is the acceptable kind of man tantrum where you're like pouting and sulking because you don't want to leave. You don't want us to leave you. You know what I mean? But then pull me up. I looked at the hand Suyakusa stuck out toward me, then let out a big sigh. I don't have any other choice, do I? We were the same age, but Suyakusa was much taller than me and looked older, too. Despite that, sometimes he had moments like this when he acted like a child in strange places. Still, he's impossible to dislike. Only until we get back on the main street, okay? Okay. When we first met, I heard that he had lost his parents when he was young, just like I had. For as much as he openly claimed to dislike people, their early deaths might be a reason he was surprisingly needy for attention. I took his hand, and when I pulled it with some force, Suyakusa finally stood up. I know you want to keep investigating, but let's stop here for today. The entertainment district isn't a place for a girl to be walking around on her own. We can come back together tomorrow. Are you sure? Being out 2 days in a row wouldn't be tough for you? I'll come with you as many days as it takes for you to find what you're looking for. Like I said, letting you go off on your own wouldn't be any good for my mental health. Okay, thank you, Suyakusa. I felt guilty for having him tag along today, but it was definitely reassuring to have him with me. The next day, as I arrived at Hanketsudo, Yashiro greeted me with a smile.
Welcome, milady. Do you have business with Suyakusa?
Yes. Yashiro looked up to the second floor at almost the exact time Suyakusa came down the stairs. Oh, you're here early. I thought you were going to come at noon like you usually do. I only had a few things to take care of today. So I thought I'd come early and wait until you were free. Well, I'm free to leave now. I finished up everything I needed to get done today.
Where are you off to? Can I join you?
Before I could answer, Suyakusa quickly cut in and responded to his question. He's gonna, can I go? No! We made plans to go shopping today. This was way before you came, Yashiro. So don't get in our way.
I see. Well, that's disappointing.
I feel kind of sorry for him. I then heard the sound of the door opening behind me.
Hello, post for Hanketsudo. I have a delivery from the confectionery shop in the 19th Division.
I worked on their kitchen the other day.
Oh, milady, you're looking as beautiful as ever.
I remember Saku's voice. It's just going to be annoying kid voice, whatever. Before I realized it, Saku greeted me with a bright smile. Oh, Saku, let me introduce someone to you. As he received the wrapped package of confections, Suyakusa pointed to Yashiro. Hey, you fixed their ovens and they sent you, like, baked goods. That's amazing. This is Yashiro. He's been lodging here and running errands for me.
The misanthropic owner of Hanketsudo is taking someone in? Please call on me for any jobs you may need in the future.
No, your services are expensive. As I was listening to their conversation, I recalled Saku's record-keeping services. Saku, if I may.
Yes?
The fires that have been occurring around the city recently, have you heard anything about them? As I asked him, his eyes began to glow and he extended both hands toward me. Suyakusa, who had been watching from the side, let out a sigh and dropped some gold coins into Saku's hands, as if I don't have fucking money to pay the kid myself for questions I asked. Gold coins? His services are expensive!
Thank you very much. It seems to me that someone somewhere is pulling strings from behind the scenes. There have been too many in a row now for them to be ordinary fires. What do you think? Would you like to know more?
Click 1 for yes, 2 for no. Well, we're gonna look into it some more. If we hit a dead end, I'll request your help again.
Yeah, of course. I look forward to your future requests.
Sako responded with a cheerful smile and enthusiastically bowed his head. A few days passed as we continued our search for Tobari. With each new day, we visited the entertainment district, making conversation with people there. All of our attempts seemed to be in vain, and we didn't end up with any useful information. Hey, just to get this out there, don't you think it's about time we give up? But I want to look into things just a bit more. Of course, I figured you'd say that. Suyakusa had known me for a long time and understood me well. Understood me well, enough to almost rival Aoyuki. But if you can't take it any longer, Suyakusa... You're a persistent one, Spacey. You don't have the option of going without me, so I won't listen to the rest. Thank you. Honestly, if you told me you were done helping, I'd be a little worried about what to do next. Seeing me exhale with relief, Suyakusa gave a wry smile. Well, I did promise to come with you. Anyway, how about we take a break soon? It's already past noon, and I bet you'll get hungry soon. Oh, you're probably right. Should we go back to the Central District then? Nah, I know a good place around here. Suyakusa, leading the way, began walking deeper into the entertainment district. Switching! We're switching... Oh! Out to our peacock! Hello, hotness! I love you so much. I'm like, we're in... This is where... in the sanctum or whatever. Well, this is the background they used when Karatachi killed us all. Like, at the bad end. I've been thinking this for a while, but aren't you a bit overprotective, Lord Sakaki? A voice that echoes from the depths of hell. Do you really hate me that much?
Yes, very much so. If you thought I liked you even a little bit, I'd be surprised.
How awful! Despite spending every day doing my duties as general to the best of my abilities. But regarding your overprotectiveness...
Rather than returning to your point, I request that you don't digress from our topic of conversation in the first place.
Wouldn't it be better if you respected his words a little more?
Per usual, you're speaking out of line.
I feel like they're talking about Haragi when they're, Isn't it time for you to let go of his hand? His growth in the greenhouse should be over now.
That is the system of Itehari itself. It's a miniature garden that nurtures and protects our people. I have no objections to the fact that you're fulfilling your duties admirably. Nevertheless, we cannot entrust him only with the full powers of command.
We cannot entrust him only. Okay, we cannot entrust him only with the full powers of somebody else. Okay, that's what he means. Okay. But every now and again, I feel you're overworking yourself. Perhaps it's almost time, right? Are you two in league? And yet, then Karatachi betrayed Sakaki, and Sakaki hates Karatachi, but you're in like a weird, partnership.
Even though I don't have the time to spare for these petty issues, this man...
Ooh. Interesting. Well, I mean, we always, we know Sakaki's not the greatest because he tried to kill us. And, whatever. But also, I mean, Karatachi's been shady as fuck. Always. Just because, and we saw that at the end of Tobaris, just because he saved us doesn't mean he's not shady as fuck. But again, ask me how many fucks I get. 0, I don't. I don't care how shady he is. I'm gonna, ride that shade train. What the fuck ever, Suyakusa brought me to a restaurant in the entertainment district that had a luxurious atmosphere. I didn't think there'd be places open during the day, but it turned out that wasn't the case. For his suggestion, I ordered a boxed meal set. Wow, this is delicious! There were slices of raw kelp-cured sea bream, fried Pacific, saury? Marinated in a spicy... What's a saury? Is that a type of fish? I don't know, I guess. Marinated in a spicy sauce, boiled squash, It's something. Obviously, every single dish in the meal set had a refined taste, and they were also beautifully presented. Milady, I'm very glad that you enjoyed the meal. With a wide smile of relief, the hostess knelt down and pressed her forehead to her hands. Please do enjoy your time here. Excuse me. Do you come here often, Suyukusa? Yeah, I've been treated to meals here by a few of my wealthier customers. Then you're not a first-time customer. Since we were advised to go through an acquaintance, for a moment I thought I could have Suyukusa get in touch with Tobari, but he shrugged his shoulders and shook his head. Only to this place. There have also been some geisha houses that have requested my services as well. But I can't say that I'd count as an acquaintance at all. I don't have any direct contact with Tobari. Not yet. I mean, what happens in the man harem stays in the man harem, remember? I see. It had also crossed my mind that I might ask Lady Aoi or someone else to introduce me to a stronger connection in the entertainment district. But for the Eastern Fifth family head to request an introduction as someone in the entertainment district, that would be enough to cause a huge scandal. At least she's thinking smart right now. Sometimes she doesn't think very smart at all, but she's thinking smart right now. I should ask Lady Aoi. That would be a bad idea. Good for you, girl. Yes, it would. Since I wouldn't know from where the rumors would spread, I wanted to avoid using my own family connections. Hey, not that I'm doubting you or anything, but the person you saw at the scene of the fire, was it really the head of the entertainment district? Yeah, I don't think I'm mistaking his face. I nodded without hesitation at Suyukusa's words. She's like, God, yeah, I would remember that sexy motherfucker anywhere. You should have seen the CG of it. It's just so beautiful. Still one of my favorites. And he's like, excuse me? He had the type of appearance that stood out, and I had caught a glimpse of the part of his face under his mask. A part of his face, sorry. If Shiranui is the group behind the fires, then that would mean Tobari's involved with them. Shiranui's an anti-taiju. In other words, they're a group of people who feel dissatisfied with the current government, right? Well, not just the taiju, but perhaps they're resentful toward the whole system itself. The system? In other words, the class structure that's centered around the nobility. I mean, that's how the system works in Itehari. When you think about it like that, it's very worrisome for you to get close to those people. If something dangerous were to happen... Thank you for being worried about me, Suyukusa. But if Tobari's in contact with the Shiranui, or if he's a member of the group himself, the Ryue allows the entertainment district to exist, so for its head to be part of the anti-taiju group that's causing fires all over the city... This is incredibly serious, isn't it? I feel leaving it alone would be the wrong thing to do. No, probably the right thing to do, because snitches get stitches, bitch. Suyukusa had been watching my face intently as I spoke, then shrugged his shoulders. I mean, it's an Otome game, we gotta meet our boyfriends, and there's probably not a chance we're not gonna meet a boyfriend in any other boyfriend's route. You know what I mean? Like, and the setting of the fires is pertinent and whatever. But, I mean, to be fair, she is being kind of fucking stupid. By like, no, you know what? It's the cop's job, but let me poke around and figure it out. Girl, this ain't your motherfucking job. You're just being a nosy busybody. Like, you know. But again, I can't really blame her for being stupid in this case, because the writers are like, we gotta find a way to meet Tobari and whatever. And so, I mean, she's gonna have to be a nosy busybody in order to, like, meet our man, you know? So, even though it's not our man in this route, but we still have to meet him. He can't just be a shadowy figure in the background, you know? Like, Yuri's always there haunting us. Tobari's always got to be a little bit here and there, so fair enough. Well, Spacey, I'll help you as much as you ask. But for the time being, I want you to keep this conversation between us. I wasn't planning on telling Aoyuki about it anyway. If I did, he wouldn't let me leave the house. Does that mean we're keeping it from Yashiro as well? He seemed pretty concerned about the fires. Suyukusa didn't give Yashiro a straight answer when he asked for our destination, and it gave me the feeling he wanted to keep things hidden. No, he just wants your time all to himself. When I voiced my simple question, Suyakusa furrowed his brow with a hint of sadness.
You can't just rely on me.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Feeling a little flustered, I continued. I'm relying on you a lot. Why do you think that? Like, I'm relying on you a lot. Yeah, okay. I'm relying on you a lot, Suyakusa.
Really?
Yes.
More than Aoyuki?
Do you see Aoyuki here? I felt he didn't believe in me, and as he stared at me with doubtful eyes, I searched for the right words. It's true that Aoyuki looks out for me in my daily life, but you never flat out reject me, and you're the one who always comes with me, even when I'm being unreasonable. I'm really grateful to you.
Then I'm glad.
Suyakusa smiled happily. His expression was that of a young child. It was cute. I mean, first of all, we're let's get, you're just gonna sit down, pop a squat in the middle of the road and almost throw like a baby tantrum. Okay, listen. I gave you a pass there, but now you're like, what? Okay. And then listen, you don't have a baby face, but don't act like you're 12. Because that's going to be kind of a turnoff. Like, don't do that. You're doing that a little too much. I mean, I get it. You want to spend more time with us and everything, but it's getting a little weird now. Don't keep doing this. I don't know. It's making me, Suyakusa wasn't like this in any of the other ones, so now him being, pouty and, little boyish is kind of not. I'm just hoping they don't continue with it, because I'm not vibing with it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, no, don't do that. Being a strange little weirdo who just, the whole, I decided to almost throw not really a temper tantrum, but he's like, I'm just going to pop a squat here in the middle of the road and not go anywhere. I mean, I guess I can kind of be okay with that because it's not like, no, I don't want to go, and you're not being babyish about it. It's literally like, sometimes you just shut the fuck down and you need to, squat in the middle of the road. You're like a shut-in who shut down. Yeah, okay, sure. But, if we're gonna keep, but you know what I mean? She keeps oh, he's so cute. He's like a little boy. Please don't keep saying things like that. Don't keep that being the trend in his route, because it's gonna be kind of creepy. And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, no, I don't necessarily, you know? It's kind of like when girls do the whole, oh my god, I need help. I need a big, strong man to help me because I don't, that's creepy and gross. Don't do that. Don't act like a little kid. I mean, there's times to act like a kid. You know what I mean? Have, childlike joy at things. Okay, there's but you know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean? There's a line. There's a line where you're like, no, now it's creepy and weird. Being excited for Christmas? Okay, fine. Being excited over, a collectible or something that you've always wanted, or that you just, yeah, okay. Whatever, but there's a line where, you're just acting like a little girl, and it's creepy that men are into that. So, the reverse is also creepy. Don't act like a little boy. Don't keep doing this. And I know it's only, really the second time, but it is the second time in the first hour, and it's if we're going to keep that up, it's going to kind of turn me off Suyakusa. And he's so adorable, but he doesn't need to act like he's 12 and have, little boy temper tantrum. You know what I mean? I don't, okay. Hopefully we're past this now, and it was just this is I don't want to say a one-time thing, because, the thing in the street, again, could have been childish, because she kind of made a comment about it, but it could also just go in the, literally, all of a sudden I realized I've been humaning too much, and I can't do this anymore, and I'm going to shut down. Fair enough. Sometimes I feel like doing that. So, but let's not keep this up, is all I'm saying, so.
But I mean, it's a physical thing, right? Considering I'm leaving the shop more often to help, I've had to ask Yashiro to help around more and more. So on top of that, getting him involved in the search for Tobari would be tough for him, right?
given his memory hasn't returned yet.
That's very true. Nevertheless, there's a chance that Tobari is affiliated with the Shiranui. As I agree with what Tsuyakusa was saying, I voiced a doubt I had been carrying in the back of my mind for a while now. Say, Tsuyakusa, Itehari is a city blessed with peace and no conflicts, right? And it's all thanks to the great Taiju. Why would this group be dissatisfied with how things are? Because you're rich and they're not. So maybe try to comprehend that. Not everybody's fucking well off, bitch.
You really don't get it? I can't say I don't understand them being against the establishment. There are places where the Ryuei's control doesn't reach. Even the Taiju's just the manifestation of a god, but in reality, they're only human.
I had just brought my teacup to my mouth. Had he waited any longer, I would have spat out my tea. You can't say things like that. Tsuyakusa responded calmly to my shocked reaction.
In this city, most people worship the Taiju as a living god. But divine power like that doesn't really exist. If the Taiju were injured, he'd bleed. If he didn't eat, he'd die of starvation. He's the same as regular humans. He just has a different set of responsibilities.
The words he was saying made me reconsider my thinking. And okay, like, I get this is more like for our benefit, them like kind of explaining this. Like, we kind of already know this, but they're like, okay, let's just rehash it, and it's part of the world building. We're going to kind of re-explain it. But I don't know, like, the fact that she's like, wow, oh my God, really? It's like, but you know that. You're not this fucking stupid. You know that. You mentioned in one of the prologues or common routes or somewhere in one of the routes that, like, the prior Taiju. So you know that he is not, like, you know that they replace him. You know that he gets replaced. So you have to have had some kind of thought in your fucking head that it's just like a dude who doesn't actually have mystical fucking power. He's just a figurehead, like a puppet in a way, you know? And then, but I feel like I don't know if it's her being a dumbass or if it's the writers didn't get together and like kind of actually world build properly. Because again, in Tobari's route, it was the, oh my God, I'm going to hear the Taiju speak for the first time ever. And it's like, but he speaks every Lantern Festival. You mentioned that Nawayuki's route. So if he's up there talking every single, how could you act like, oh my God, I never hear it? Because it wasn't worded like, and maybe it was a translation thing. It wasn't worded like, wow, it's weird because you never really hear him speak aside from that once a year where like, okay, I'm in the Ryuei, I'm in this thing, and him speaking is like so odd because he never usually speaks in here. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what they meant, but I don't think that's how it's worded. And it's like, but you hear him every year, so how have you never heard him speak before? Like, clarify what you mean, you know? And then this acting like, what? Like, are you clueless that he's a real dude? Like, just a normal human being? Because, again, you mentioned before game that the prior Taiju disappeared. Like, so you know that it's so I. And again, I mean, I get that why if you had never heard him speak or and during the Lantern Festival a representative spoke for him and whatever, then I could totally understand and you didn't know that there was ever a replacement. But like obviously okay, well first of all I can't say, well obviously if Tsuyakusa knows this, it's common knowledge because I do think Tsuyakusa's got closer ties to the Taiju than we want to think, okay? Because like listen, you guys look alike and nobody else has pointed it out. Ugetsu is the only one who seems and I okay. But you know, so there would only be certain people that would know. But if he's just saying it out loud like this, then this is, I feel like it's common knowledge. So, like, why is she acting surprised by it? Like, don't make her such a dumbass sometimes. Like, I get her be like, but like, I know it's a cult, but like, damn, come on. Like, why does she got to be a dumbass sometimes? We're like, what? What do you mean he's not magical? Girl, you already know this. Why are you acting like this is news? What do you mean Tuesday comes before Wednesday? Like you've never seen a fucking calendar in your life? You know? I mean, anyway. But he's still a little different from ordinary humans. Are you sure? In public, seemingly truthful things were whispered. that the floating Itehari was maintained by the great Taiju, that their grand powers could cure illness and bring abundance to the city. But when it came to how things really were, Itahari floated in the sky due to the gift of steam engine technology, which was introduced by a foreign country. Illnesses were cured by the doctors, and the city's abundance was thanks to two administrative bodies, the Ryue and the Kurozuru. I actually didn't know anyone who had seen the great Taiju's special powers in action. See, so like, so she's not stupid, but she kind of acting stupid. But that could just be me. No, but I mean, like, if you're like, I don't know anyone who's actually seen the great Taiju be the great Taiju and be magical, then maybe you should fucking doubt shit. But, like, I heard it on the news. Did you see it? For a long time now. Well, I mean, okay, listen, like, sometimes you're not going to see everything that happens. But I mean, like, nobody knows anybody who knows anybody who's ever seen this happen. And maybe somebody should doubt this now. For a long time now, whenever something happens, everyone says, thanks to the great Taiju, right? Even I naturally do that. Yeah, because you're in a cult. He always has his face hidden, and there are no opportunities to hear his voice directly. That's a load of bullshit! So he has this mysteriousness about him. But see, again! But you mentioned in Aoyuki's route the Taiju every year at the Lantern Festival gives a speech. So, do you hear his voice or not? You can't. Maybe I'm the dumb one. I must be the dumb one. I must have misread that in Aoyuki's route when, or they just translated it shittily. Okay? Because now this is the second time they're saying nobody hears his voice. Then how does he give a speech at the Lantern Festival? Because it should have been nobody, like, hears his voice. Oh, a representative of the Taiju is going to get up there and give a speech for him. But that's not what you said. You made it seem like he's the one giving the speech. So, like, if he's the one giving the speech, you would hear his voice every fucking year. So it makes more sense if he's covered and you never really hear his voice so that you could replace him with someone new and you wouldn't really know. You know what I mean? Because he's just a dude in a costume. But, like, it's the inconsistencies that are kind of driving me a little nuts, but that's why I can't consider him a normal human like you and me. Just the act of thinking that the great Taiju and I were the same felt disrespectful. Well, that's what cults make you believe. That's what the Ryue aim for. If rulers are defied as gods, it makes it easier to have control over the feelings of people, right? Deified as gods, sorry. Well, the Taiju's position is a hereditary one. It's been passed down through their bloodline from generation to generation. It's the same as any other family. The only thing different is the job itself. And how would you know this? Because that's your brother? Those words reflected his knowledge on the subject. I mean, I feel like you got insider knowledge. We've been friends for quite a long time, but when it came to his lineage, I barely knew anything. Well, I bet we're going to find out some fun stuff this time, huh? Since he didn't like talking about it, I felt I shouldn't ask about it. But considering how he conducted himself and his level of education, I could sense he was born into a high-ranking noble family. The ones that rule the Taiju. If that wasn't true, then he couldn't be saying all these things. Or rather, even if he knew them, he shouldn't say them. He's too reckless. Say, Suyakusa, remember, it's wrong to be speaking about these kinds of things in front of people. You'll be spirited away. Suyakusa, noticing I was honestly worried, laughed. I only have these conversations with you, Spacey. Besides, if I had to be worried about someone, it would be you. You're the one fascinated by what's outside, by the surface, right? Huh? I completely froze at the unexpected words that Suyakusa said to me. I know we're over time, but we'll just finish the scene. As I asked, I could feel my throat stiffen with agitation. Have I ever told these things to you, Suyakusa? I think I heard Aoyuki say something like that a while back. So, yes, he was the one by the tree, but we don't remember that we had that conversation with him. And he's not going to be like, yeah, don't you remember? You told me here at the tree, at the inner sanctum. Because why would we have been there? And then we would not, like, he's covering that up. Okay, so interesting. Aoyuki, despite telling me not to say that to other people, he told you about it?
Well, perhaps he felt that if anything were to happen, having more people he could rely on in that situation would be best.
And we're gonna say something to Aoyuki, and Aoyuki's gonna be like, I never fucking said anything. I understand his logic, but still. My feelings were all mixed. Did I really come off as that risky? I had kept the promise I had made when I was younger, but despite not mentioning those thoughts to anyone, keeping them a secret this whole time, sounded like he still didn't trust me, and that hurt a little. What are you trying to do here, Soyukuza?
Well, getting back to Tobari, for the head of the entertainment district, this place would be like his own personal garden, right? So I bet the news that we've been walking around here asking for him has already reached his ears. But considering we still haven't run into him, it makes me think he's actively avoiding us.
That possibility has also crossed my mind.
So it's natural to think he's probably becoming impatient with us, right? I mean, if he's avoiding us, that might be hindering his work. And even on our end, I want to avoid prolonging this drawn-out search for him. So I'm thinking we do something to start a fire under him to smoke him out.
You don't mean actual start a fire, right? As he watched me blink my eyes, Suyakusa began confidently telling me his plan. Are we gonna, like, start a fight? But anyway, we left the Ryote, so we're gonna do that part next time. But anyway, I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.